monthly with member
Hey,
solution.
Roddy, how's it going? John Villain support.
So the beauty of this is anytime I don't have to tell Chris to dance to the intro, it's a good day. Definitely a good day. To see Chris kind of go bobbing without me pressing for him and be like, oh, come on, why didn't you do it? Or anything like that. That's a good day. Hello, Mr. White. And to everyone here, we're waiting for everyone to shuffle in, but today's the giveaway. And that reminds me, I need to make it so I can get logged on to Twitch properly on Streamlabs. We can do that after we get done here. So, Christopher, yes, actually, did you get your package?
I have not had a chance to go to the PO box yet.
Okay, so we can't open it today.
I'm gonna be going tomorrow.
Okay.
It's been pretty nuts since I got back from Louisville. So,
Heather asked how we're doing. How are you doing, Chris?
I'm doing fine.
I'm doing good. I've got a new mouse and it's not as clicky. That is the only disappointing thing. It used to be like whenever although I will say for recording and scripted videos, non-scripted videos kind of suck, but with scripted videos, it's nice because it means like I can scroll down or click something and it's not going to be really audible. And a lot of times you can't see what I'm looking at when it comes to the script or the cue cards in a way. And I feel much better having my script up and everything the way I do after watching how like Saturday Night Live and movies and everything, how much cue cards are actively used. I was like, oh, damn, that's nice. Saturday Night Live almost exclusively uses cue cards because it changes so rapidly that they have to.
Yeah, I mean, their sketches can change up to 5 minutes before they're going live with it.
First time for doing a live. Love you guys. Thank you so much for joining. Hey, Phoenix, Levi's kid is impatient. Huh? Oh, my kiddo wants me to open up the box too. Yeah. Tobias wants to see what we got. I was like, nah, not right now.
You can go ahead and open it. It's fine. I'm not a big surprises person. So if I find out what I'm getting, I'm not going to be all like, "Oh man, I could have found." I'm fine. In fact, I hate surprises.
Although if I do it now without Tobias here, he's going to get angry.
My Aline will occasionally come over to me and she'll be like, you're gonna be excited about Friday. I'm like, you need to tell me about Friday now because it's going to drive me freaking crazy.
Yeah, you mentioned that to me too. And so the reason why I asked you if you wanted a watch was I found a watch that would have been perfect for you, minus the sensory issue. No. It's the Death Star.
That's awesome. No watches.
Yeah.
My wrist gets so insanely itchy from just being aware of the watch strap. That's one of two major reasons that I cannot wear a smartwatch. One is it'll drive me insane. Two, I have an irregular heartbeat as is, and it'll be giving me constant alerts, which will just make my anxiety go through the roof.
No, the hair causes a problem, and I get I'll get rashes with certain metals and stuff.
Well, I mean, for me, like my wrist will start to sweat. Hey, Shadow Boxer, thanks for joining. My wrist will start getting sweaty, and then I'll just be like trying to scratch it, moving the watch back and forth, and it just my wrist gets raw, and it's no watch.
The two that I have found that have worked is real leather, and I have to still periodically take it off, and silicone. And I'm not a fan of either one because it still can cause issues. Hey, yeah, hi. Hello. All right. First of all, with the new logo.
1 second. Nicholas, yes, I'm totally fine. It's very normal. A lot of people have irregular heartbeats. Mine would just be enough that I would get notifications multiple times a day letting me know that my regular heartbeat, which is fine, is happening, and it would just make me anxious.
So these are like spinning tops, and my kiddo
Just stick one.
just stole one with our new logo from their
Cool.
hit YouTube channel.
Where is he here?
Probably give a couple of those out to the restaurant we plan on going to on my spouse's next day off. What do we got here?
Was it a letter
We
from
got a
them?
letter.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
a skit.
Oh, it's a
Yeah.
skit.
Right where I did a full I've done multiple full like cardiac workups where you've got the Holter monitor on for 7 days, and they come back and they're like, yeah, your heart skips, your heart skips like
Is
what
it percent?
was the number? My heart skipped 0.8% of its beats, and I'm like, oh, that's not a lot. And they're like, yeah, it's like 13,000 times a day, and I'm like, what? And they're like, yeah, it's totally normal. It's not dangerous. There's no concerning patterns. Sorry that you feel the skipped beats when they happen. And that's life.
These are actual ceramic coasters
Oh, sweet.
with the Member Solutions logo. I'm guessing you probably have the Villain Support logo.
We'll find
Look at
out.
that.
I'm taking one too.
What's really cool is I know how these are made. Like it used to be like when I was a kid and I didn't know how. No, you don't take one. You put them all upstairs on the table,
I will.
and therefore, okay, put it on top.
Can I just
Put it on top.
keep this
And-
one
and-
though?
Tobias,
Put it down here.
they are not edible. I'm just
Not
kidding.
cooking. You're not cooking. Don't try to eat it.
Cookie.
Memory
Okay.
and more tiles.
That
Cool.
looks- I gotta be honest. Can I read it?
That's pretty cool.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Well, that's actually very cool.
Yeah, it is.
They got coasters.
Okay, careful. Don't break them. Take them all upstairs. Why is
Real quick, Isn't having a body fun?
so?
Yeah.
Kiddo says thank you. I say thank you. Thank you, guys.
If I okay, so actually Leo I called you Leo. Levi. That would be interesting. Something to consider. Hero support one side, villain support the other, or Member Solutions. I have to sneeze. 1 second.
So technically speaking, the way everything's supposed to work, I do apologize if anyone
Ugh!
with a deeper voice. I have to relax. The recording of Constantine the other day killed my voice.
Oh, really?
And I'll show you the voice after I'll show you the skit that I came up with. The recording, which I think I still need to download.
So fun story from last week. I haven't told you about this yet, Levi, so you get to hear about this now too. So last week when I was in Louisville, Kentucky for the GAMA conference. GAMA is the Game Manufacturers of America conference. This was the industry conference, so there's no fans there. It's all people who are in the gaming industry, and content creators who are interested in or cover the gaming industry. And it was a really cool conference, made a lot of great connections there. But so we got there on Sunday, and Monday night, the group that I was with ate somewhere, and I had salmon with some sauce on it, and I had a side dish, which was some weird like ball of risotto with really, really al dente rice that I'd never had before. And about 3-4 hours later, I'd gone to bed, and I woke up, and horrible heartburn from here all the way into my throat, just burning. And drank a bunch of water, drank one of my sparkling waters, usually helps with heartburn. Took like an Alka-Seltzer, it was like a generic Alka-Seltzer. Kind of helped it. The next morning I wake up and I take a bite of I had some meat sticks I was eating for breakfast, and it felt like one got stuck like right here on the right side on the bottom of my esophagus. And for the next 2 days, anytime that I swallowed or burped, I was just getting really intense pain right in that spot. It it got got worse at night. I was walking around all day. I walked almost 20 miles last week, and so I knew that it wasn't cardiac because I wouldn't be able to be doing all that walking with no issue if it was my heart. But I didn't know what was going on. I almost went to the hospital the first night. Got back on Thursday. Had to point my doctor on Friday to take a look at it. By the time I got to him, it wasn't happening anymore, and we figured out, and I'm paying attention to it. We figured out that what had happened was I saw something either burned or scratched the very bottom of my esophagus where it meets my stomach. And every time I burped or swallowed or did anything that engaged that part, it just irritated it, which was what was going on. But it was really scary when it was happening.
No, I can. When you don't know what the problem is, it makes it worse because especially if you have anxiety, like both of us do, which means we overthink things way too much. It's really bad when we're gonna do a tangent on anxiety real quick. Anxiety is so much worse when you have friends or family that say that they got hurt and then they don't tell you anything afterwards,
right?
Because then you're just sitting there like, what? Like if it's you yourself, you feel like the anxiety of like, oh, my health. But when it's somebody else, at least for me and a lot of the people I know, it's like 100% worse. Like if it's you, you're like, it's all right. I go, why did you not contact me and tell me what was going on after you told me that you got hurt? Right. Which had a moment like that with Chris a while back. And like I took a note of how he acted very similar to how I do. And I was like, next time I tell Chris something's wrong with me, I'm going to treat it exactly how I treat it with most people that I know have anxiety and whatnot. And I'm going to let them know that I'm okay. This is what's going on. Like I proceed to inform them everything. Which, speaking of, a lot of you were concerned about my ankle. It's doing a lot better. I have an appointment tomorrow to finish getting it looked at because there's still some soreness and everything. And we're gonna get that. Make sure we're all good. Pretty sure I am because I'm walking on it again without the cane. It's just a little bit slower. Let's get this giveaway underway though.
Yep. Give me a second. I'm in the middle of finishing up the list.
Now, one thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be changing how the giveaway is done eventually, which is if you want to be in the giveaway, you have to go and enter. This will allow us a variety of ways to post about it. We'll, of course, go live for the final draw. But like, a few days before, we can post the link, give people time to enter, and it will send them notifications and stuff like that.
It's been so insanely difficult trying to reach people on YouTube who've won. It's the way we're doing it is not working. I'm almost inclined not to do the giveaway today and set that up and then do a double size giveaway later in March.
That's up to you if you want to.
Just because like the list that I've got, I have to pull in all the names off the list. I have to remove duplicates on Excel. And I don't know if it actually got them all. Nor do I know if if it's retaining the list of the people who have already won. It's
So Glean.io is
what is it?
A really big one. I'll send you the website here in a second. It's very easy to set up. There's I think free and paid versions of it. And it allows people to just sign up. We can post the giveaway link, say, hey, here's the giveaway. We can even create one. I believe the paid version includes making one that's like the link stays active, but the giveaway resets. Like every month it would reset. So this way we could have it and be like, hey, look, if you're here, you're here. And there's a bunch of ways to like connect things so that like they could get an extra entry if it's this.
Yeah.
Or
I actually
specific people.
I have access to. One second here. Let me go back to this real quick.
And Christopher, I did get the skit idea. Read it. Just not on live. I'll read it personally. I don't want to sit here and read quietly.
Gleam is not inexpensive.
No. People who do that usually have much larger bases than ours.
So because I have AppSumo Pro, I have access to their alternative to Gleam, which is called King Sumo, which is a one-time price versus monthly. It's $50 and it works the same way.
We're able to like specify specific people are able to enter based on certain requirements and everything. Like
gives us unlimited giveaways, bonus entries, embed on any website, select multiple prizes and winners, custom branding, pixel tracking, conversion tracking, translation localization, rules and terms, entry fields, and we can also remove AppSumo sponsored entry, and it integrates with a bunch of stuff.
Cool. I think that's the best bet for us to do.
Yep. I'm gonna turn my camera off for a second because I am using my card and making a purchase.
I love that you're
on that card. So it's possible we can just set that up today, but we'll find out.
Well, even if we set it up today, given the like we have to write out the rules and everything, yeah. I definitely think we should hold off on running it today.
Yeah,
just so that we can sit down and we can discuss the rules and have them be written out and everything. Which does mean we can watch the skit. You can give any feedback. I have not had a chance to anyone here who knows that I've had a couple days to sit on this and edit it. I haven't actually had a chance to edit it. Things have just been chaotic, and I didn't have a mouse the other day that was functioning. I came downstairs yesterday to edit it, which is what one of the things I was going to bring up earlier. This mouse no longer makes clicky noises unless I like really click it. But using it normally, it does not.
It no longer has the clickies.
It no longer has the clickies. No. So Chris, now that you've got the convention out of the way and whatnot, do you have free time? Specify this to record some of the skits that we've written out for like the Stitch and
yes,
a couple of the Napa skits and Predator skits that we've been like hanging on to.
Yes, I do.
Awesome, because for those who don't know, we have a skit that Chris wrote out about the reason as to, and he has rewritten this skit 3 or 4 times.
Which one are you talking about?
The one as to why there's so many predators. The latest skit of that was the one that me and you worked on, and I really liked it.
Yep, we had to do a lot with that because the people who said they were going to be the crazy scientist just my camera's off. Just dropped off face of the earth and just did not.
And we were going to do some, we were going to refilm the Gary videos with voice work, but we wanted to get additional voice actors beyond me because while I can do the Gary that we came up with, we wanted to get some other people's like versions of Gary to like hear the different versions and kind of
haven't even had a chance to really review them.
Did you get some stuff back? Because I didn't.
Yeah,
did Popo send you anything?
I got stuff from both Joshua and from Alec.
Okay. And you already know mine. You can just listen to mine. And I can do it again live at any point. But I have not heard back from Popo, but he's been really busy, just nonstop streaming.
I know.
And to anyone here, some advice that I took, and the reason why I'm not doing 8-hour streams, and they probably won't be common ground ever is because when you have some of the largest streamers like Queso and Ninja, you have like think of the big giant people out there who do 8-hour streams a lot. They have said that the most profitable streams are the 4 hours marker. And that like as a small streamer, you shouldn't stream more than 4 hours. The moment you get large enough, then start doing 8-hour streams. But otherwise, 4 hours is like the magic number for like clips and virals and stuff like that. And I took that tremendously to heart because one, both me and Chris are busy in some fashion or another, whether it be stay-at-home dad stuff, taking care of kiddos, on Chris's stuff, regular job for Chris. He's doing all this on top of a regular job. Trying to make skits on top of doing 8-hour live streams. I thought about it. I wouldn't have time if I'm sitting here doing 8-hour plus days of streaming. There would be no time for normal skits. I wouldn't have time to edit them. I wouldn't have time to write them as much as I do. There are points in the day where, because I have the energy, I'll sit and I'll be like, oh, I'll have an idea and I'll write something out. Right? 8 hours a day streaming is a full-time job. And then on top of that, you're looking at your other stuff. And Popo is a good example of this right now, where that's what he's doing for his job. He's posting, he's trying to do whatever tiny skits he can do. He's at home taking care of his kids. He's trying to stream on top of that. And I have been able to see him physically, how tired he looks. And he's admitted that he's had to take days off of like streaming and everything because of that. And it's like, I don't want our channel to be nothing but streaming, because that's not what we wanted it to be.
Right.
We wanted to have fun, make skits, and say hey to everyone. Hello.
Everything all right?
Yeah.
Ow. Oh, that hurts. Oh, that hurts a lot. Okay. Did I ever?
Yeah, it is. And when I go to build the Gundam, that's going to be the same thing. Like Tro is here, by the way. May you read some lines. You are absolutely able to read some lines, Troa. My biggest thing is, give me a second. Let me pull this up. There's a server, on our Discord. There's a place where you can put voice recordings. You're going to want an MP3 or MP4 format that you've got separately recorded, and then put that on that channel so that I can just press play from inside of Discord. That's what you're going to want. Or some type of version that will play in Discord. Let me share the screen real quick. Zoom in. You don't need to read John's lines. You can just read Gary's lines. You can take a screen grab of this if you want. The 0.07 second stuff, that's been taken out. You don't worry about that. That's just like wait time in between. But yeah, you can read those lines however you want and put them on there. And if we like it, I'll use it. And for the record, I have used fan voice work in a video before.
Yeah.
It's not often, but we do use it. The most common way for us to see you is for you to just grab a video of ours, do some stuff, share it, let us know, and we'll go and take a look at it, and then go from there. Yeah, Changeling, if you just hit exclamation mark Discord, it'll give you a direct link to join. put this back over here for now. But yeah, we'll be able to get some stuff filmed, recorded, sent out. And to everyone on Twitch, I do want to thank you all for joining us, for subbing all the bits and everything. It helps out tremendously. Like our analytics right now are within a single month, thanks to all of you, mainly because of the cheering and watching the subs and everything, which, by the way, if you have Amazon Prime and you've got it linked to your Twitch, you can do a free sub. Because of all that, we have paid for the Streamlabs. Chris, if you didn't know, Streamlabs is paid for.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
That's awesome.
So we covered it, and people were like, "Oh no, we got you." But yeah, brownies on my way. And there will be a bunch of cool stuff that we'll add to Twitch and everything like that. I have not had time to get all that stuff logged in. But let me go ahead and show Chris what we created. And another thing I've got here, not right now, when I go to edit, I'll do an edit stream. When I go to do an edit stream, everyone, I plan on using your guys' feedback of the insults. Like, you guys had some really cool ones. Like, oh, Vader's getting more roasted than such and such. You guys know that black text that I always have up saying stuff when I do these? I'm going to turn the black text into the responses from our fans on top of what we did for the insults and everything.
Okay.
I think that's going to be a really cool way to be like, that's not Samara. That's the fans going, oh, no. Oh, snap, he didn't. He roasted that, blah, blah, blah. I think it'll be a really cool thing to do. And there's going to be 2 versions of this exact one that I'm going to be playing for everyone. One on my channel is going to be very basic. The one on Villain Support's channel is going to take longer to edit because I'm going to add in GIFs and clips and stuff to make it way more interesting, because it's going to be posted on way more social medias. So I want to make sure everyone across the social media platforms can enjoy it. And that does require extra editing. Sometimes. In this case, it will. So we're going to delete this real quick. Those are bloopers. And this is the final version. Hold on. I don't think you can actually hear my audio because I forgot to share that. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. And I'll mute myself. You know, Constantine, when you told me you had tickets to the Rocky Mountain Horror Picture Show, I did not think that what you meant was that you were fighting a Tim Curry knockoff in high heels. I'm actively very disappointed. I actually wanted to go to that. So let's just skip to what the soul looks like. And the next time you call in, you better tell me you have tickets for real. Fried chicken? Like KFC, or are we talking black and southern goodness? Because it does matter what the way you're British. It's not like boiled pretend fried chicken, is it? Oh, okay. So burnt chicken left to mold. Is that something you like to eat, or what the soul actually looks like? Okay. So its soul looks like a soggy charcoal briquette. Also something I'm sure you'd probably eat. Look, Mr. Tuna and beans on toast. Are you going to give me some better hints, or am I going to tell you 100 reasons why we have better food in the States? Oh, I said what I said. Okay, let's just skip the food puns and just tell me. You can smell how burnt he is? You, Mr. Fire and Brimstone himself. Look, Time, the reason people breathe deeply around you is because they're trying to breathe in the first place. They just regret it soon after because they probably caught something. the truth may hurt, but a bath certainly wouldn't. So, what does he smell like exactly? Oh, I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't month-old spam twice baked underneath the sun with avocado. Mm. Oh, that's not what it. Hey, why didn't you lead with telling me he looks like the dude from Spaceballs? That's Vader. Do you know how quick this call would have? Well, no, it's actually the other way around. Usually Vader, but no, Spaceballs looks like the guy. Vader's basically 6'6" emo goth BDS in wet dream with a deep voice of a smooth jazz singer ran through a malfunctioning asthmatic synthesizer. Okay, the star, mind you, of the largest equal organization this side of the galaxy or the other, they just can't be bothered to have good cookies. Kind of sucks. Oh yeah, the leather gimp daddy is also the sugar baby of a 1,000-year-old walking corpse that you call the California raisin, by the way. Well, he has a complex with the high ground so bad that when he took a leap of faith, he got cut down by 2 feet. No, I mean, you literally have 2 feet on him either way. Well, his suit's got all the bells and whistles of the high-end espresso machine, but they left out the coffee, and he went to get the milk a long time ago. Oh, yeah, this guy makes Thanos and Darkseid almost look like better fathers. Actually, come to think of it, if you got pocket sand, you could probably just go at him too. He's got such a phobia of that he tuned out the mystic forces that would have told him where his kids were hiding.
Thank you, Fish Hunter.
Wow.
Greatly appreciated. Thank you very much.
Deadbeat, and it would have honestly fit still. Well, this guy actually has enough power to pull a spaceship out of the sky. You only see it once, by the way. And yet he's so scared of everyone else that when Darth Daddy told him, he went and murked a ton of younglings without a second thought. And yes, he actually did do that. Look, Tyne, it's actually going to be hard to get your pound of flesh out of this guy, seeing so he doesn't have much left. Call Cthulhu and tell him to be extra frisky. And that he owes me 30 damn bucks now. Oh, wait, real quick. Check Vader's pockets super fast. He owes me 5 credits too. I really like how that turned out.
There's a lot going on, but it's fun.
It is back-to-back lines. And when I was thinking about editing, and the reason why I'm not like laughing a ton out of it is I've watched it like 4 or 5 times. When I was thinking about how to edit it down for the shorts, I was like, I can start anywhere with this one. I can start damn near anywhere with this one. All of these are really good. I could cut these all out if I wanted and have like 3 or 4 lines at the beginning and shorten it down, but it doesn't need to. The entire video from start to finish is a fun watch.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing because that has been the common denominator with these videos. And the last video that I did on my channel, for everyone, I've got an alternate version of this, was not that case. It did not turn out nearly as well. I think 3 or 4 of the jokes they weren't designed for the video, and I tried changing them into the video.
Yeah.
They were designed more for a roast type video that I was coming up with, which me and Chris do plan on doing. But it was still one of those things where it was like, I should not have shoehorned jokes that were meant for a different thing into a video that I usually sit down and create with everyone. I needed to keep doing exactly what I was doing. And now we've got this really good take. And all I have to do is sit down and edit everything and kind of go from there. The reason, like, I could cut out the Cthulhu stuff, but the reason it's in there is it's going to be a recurring joke. And I really want to see everyone's reactions when I turn around and also say, hey, Vader also owes me 5 credits, because I'm pretty confident as to why or what people are going to say. and I'm hoping, I'm not going to say it, but I'm hoping it will be the response that I'm looking forward to. And if it's not, it's not. It was a mistake to have it in there. But yes, Fish Hunter. I do apologize for not saying anything at the time. Love what you guys do. Give me a couple. Go get a couple beers on me. I don't drink, but I'll go grab a cocoa. I'd love to see John desperately try to headhunt SCP-004J away from the Foundation. He'd be great for increasing revenue. This is hard. We don't do anything with SCP, specifically names. Like in the videos, we have periodically like hinted at some SCP without ever dropping their names and just move past them.
Right.
And the whole reason behind that is because there are people in other countries who have and will continue to copyright SCP, and then they'll go to YouTube channels, any of them, and just slam copyright strikes on them. So I just avoid it.
Yep.
The only way that's going to happen, to be honest, is if me and Chris can meet up again. And there's a chance to do that at conventions now. You know, not everyone in my family is happy that they won't be able to go to every convention I go to.
Right.
But that is a reality of the job that I have, is that like I'm going to have to go to conventions and it's going to have to be just me. And part of that is a little anxiety on my end too, because I haven't really done that very often. Like I can go to a movie, but going to a big giant convention with 30,000 people when I have a problem with giant crowds is not exactly the good thing to do by myself on average. So if I go to places like that, and it's by myself, I now need a room where I can guarantee to go and get quiet, even if the convention doesn't offer that. And a lot of conventions, unfortunately, do not have a ton of ADA accommodations. They were doing really better, and then these last couple of years they started to roll them back because the larger conventions were rolling them back. So the smaller conventions started to roll them back. So it sucks.
Which is frustrating, but yeah.
Yeah, but when you're a content creator and you deal with that type of stuff, if you're a large enough one, this is a key thing. If you're a large enough content creator, you can request certain accommodations. You're not that large. We don't have 20 million people and can go, look, I need my own space.
Yeah.
And when we do go to these conventions, another thing is, at least going forward, if you guys want us to be at a convention, there's going to be a point to where, like, if it's a big enough response from enough people, we can go, hey, do you want both of us to be at this convention? Here's what we need to do to make it a reality. You know, we'll be able to post, you know, whatever that is, whether it be just like messaging the convention saying, hey, they need to request us and go through certain things, or we sit down, we figure out how much it's going to cost, and we set a goal. And if it's far enough out, we stream and try to make that goal, and then we go, so on and so forth.
Xena, hold on. If you win the lottery, take care of you first, then you can talk about taking care of us.
Exactly.
Make sure you and your family are taken care of. You've got what you need before you even think about throwing money at us. We would love it. It would be fantastic. But if you did that and give it to us first, I would be furious.
Yeah, and we've always mentioned that. You know, that's one of the reasons why we do, or I do the breakfast streams. At first, it was building a tolerance to streaming, which, you know, I'm now able to do 2-3 hours relatively easily. We did the near 5-hour stream, and it wasn't nearly as bad. I didn't feel nearly as exhausted afterwards. But I started to notice very quickly that people were like, this is helping me eat. This is helping me get a regular schedule. This is helping me do things. And I was like, oh, I have a reason to get up and do the breakfast stream, which is a reason for me to eat a normal breakfast at least 3 times a week. Jen, I've got your order packed, by the way. I just don't have like it labeled and everything. And Slayer, I I might need to order new boxes, or your box is just going to be extra large. I don't know. Mr. White, yes, go grab lunch. Go eat. If you guys haven't eaten, since we brought it up, Levi is an emotional support food animal.
What am I, chopped liver? No.
If you guys haven't eaten, please go eat something. My dinner was fish sticks, vinaigrette, vegetable salad, and
What's a D-Stim local, Debbie?
I don't know.
And C2E2 is in Chicago, right?
The books are going to arrive on Tuesday. That's awesome.
Yeah, Debbie, can you confirm where C2E2 is? I'm pretty sure it's Chicago.
And Sage, to answer you about to answer everyone about SCP, it's not just one person doing it. It was found out that it was like a lot of people will go and try to copyright it and do it. There was just one that was really big and successful in doing it. It's also one of those oh, that's cool.
It's in April. That's in McCormick Place. That's going to be freaking gigantic. Levi, McCormick Place is the largest like convention venue in the state of Illinois. It is ridiculously gigantic.
So to make any convention that isn't like, I'll be honest, like in October, September, at the end of the year, basically.
Yeah.
This is going to sound horrible, but it would be cash, because there's no way for us to realistically to make that. My spouse would have to take time off of their job to stay for the kids. I would need a flight. Chris would probably need a flight.
Yeah, I would. C2E2 is not in the cards for this year. It's coming up in April. It's too soon, but next year, definitely. Not to mention, I've got some friends now who are exhibitors at a number of different conventions that I'll be going to with them, and I'll be getting a pass to work at their booth. But the majority of it will be me just wandering and promoting it, and yeah. So,
and I don't have
Troa. I don't know which model we're talking about.
Gundam.
Sorry, I missed a chat, I think.
Gundam.
Oh, okay. We're talking. I didn't see that. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Gundam Wing. I also like the Gundam Epion and the Gundam Heavy Arms, but that's all from Gundam Wing. But Gundam Wing from the movie, from I don't remember what's the movie called. The Gundam Wing movie. What, Endless Waltz, the one with the big wings. If I had to have a Gundam, that's the Gundam I'd want.
Oh, wow. Chris is an emotional support giggles. So conventions in my area, because I know Chris is going to a bunch in locally for him. It's a lot harder for me. The main thing is the amount of doctor's visits I tend to go to just personally, let alone like my kids' doctors, my spouse's doctors. A lot of my time, personal time, goes to that. Like tomorrow, I've got 2 doctor's visits alone. And then Wednesday, I've got another visit I need to get back into doing my PT again. And then a week after that, I've got another couple visits again. So, and that's just mine. I've got to schedule kiddos visits. I need a dental visit. My spouse needs dental visits. It's like you hear that and you're like, oh, that's normal stuff. And I was like, yeah, no, it's really not settling. So getting out can be very difficult for me because most of my time is on my spouse's time. And even when I get my license, I still have to be careful driving because I have a tendency to zone out without meaning to when I'm behind a wheel. So I don't like to drive because I have to do a bunch of crazy things not to zone out. Like during the wintertime, I have to have the window. I crack the window so I can feel the cold. And then if I start noticing that's not working, I'll pull over, give myself a break. And that means that like driving to conventions is virtually out of the works for me. And asking people to drive you, regardless of how well they know you, is kind of a Slayer, that's all right. We got you over here. Are you ADD? I have diagnosed ADHD, but it's more of a spectrum thing. I don't really land on either one very well.
So, speaking of giveaways, I already have the giveaway set up.
Nice.
It is not an immediate as we're live thing. It starts at this time, it ends at this time. You can get entries, you can do daily entries, etc. So what I'll be doing is posting in the community tab on YouTube and on Fourth Wall to let people know here's where you go sign up. If you are a member in either location, you can get into the giveaway. If you're not, you can't.
Do you have it linked so that it knows that?
Yep.
That's
well,
awesome.
I mean, I'm gonna. I don't have the memberships linked, but I'll go ahead. I'll put the link into the community tab for members only, the subscribers only, and into the members only chat on Fourth Wall. Just make sure that. Unfortunately, I love our Fourth Wall free members. You don't get to participate in this.
That makes sense. I no longer trust Leo. I no longer trust myself to drive. Sucks. It does. I'm getting my license again because I have to, because of where we live. I need to be able to drive. But at the same time, that's like short distances. Taking my kids to school isn't going to be a problem. Getting back home from that, not going to be a problem. Going to conventions, zoning out. If you're not aware of what that means, basically, have you ever sat down and just had no real thoughts? You're kind of autopilot mode. Never autopilot when you drive. I don't care. I'm not a big fan of self-driving cars because there's been so many crashes. I'm sure the technology will eventually get there, but it's not there right now. I'm a member of both Villain Support and Cosmic, and a member of Fourth Wall. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. The closest convention is in like Salt Lake. Most conventions are held in Salt Lake, which is a half-hour drive, and a good portion of that is like highway and stuff. So I just probably wouldn't do it. I would have to ask somebody. And then there's out-of-state conventions and things like that. It can get real difficult, and I have a really hard time, in all honesty, making friends in real life. Didn't used to be that way. Somewhere along the line, I just stopped being as active, trying to meet everyone's expectations of somebody I wasn't. And the moment I stopped doing that, I lost a bunch of friends. And then because I'm stay at home most of the time and I'm disabled, that makes the community reach of mine even harder to have. And then having this job has been weird because there's plenty of people who want to hang out with me, but they want to hang out with Levi from Villain Support, not Levi, which makes that more difficult. And all the people creator-wise that I've met that would be cool to hang out with Levi as a content, and they're a content creator, so they don't care. They don't live in Utah.
Right.
And the ones that do are fucking busy, and they're like 4 hours away in Utah. It's just not a reality. Looks like I need to check out Fourth Wall because I can't join on YouTube. It's a good way to do it. It would be nice to go to more conventions, and that there is a reality to do so.
That itchy
And I
too.
am looking when I have time for trying to get back into TTRPGs and stuff like that and meeting more people. It's just the move and everything has taken a lot out of me. Getting set back up, and I'm still living underneath this idea, and I really hope I'm wrong, that we might have to move again in a few months. That doesn't feel good.
When did you move there?
November is when our lease, and we have to give them a month in advance to be like, hey, can we still be here? And we can turn around and go month to month. They won't kick us out right away if they don't want to renew the lease.
Mhm.
They've mentioned that they would give us time to move. The thing I would hate is to get told, oh yeah, we don't want to keep renting it out.
Yeah.
Right. Or they've got somebody else who would rent it out at like, 20% more than what I'm paying when they can only legally raise mine up by 5% at max.
Right. That's tough.
We could very easily apply and probably get approved for the Salt Lake Convention. The problem with, and it would be just me that would go, because the cost to fly and cover and take care of Chris's stuff is pretty high.
It was $2,000 all told.
And
to
that was
go
last,
to
that was the
FanX
last time.
in 2023. And as fun as that was, until we are making significantly more, cannot afford to do that again.
And that was just for Chris. My cost, if I were to go by myself, I could keep it down, but I would have to have a hotel. We're looking at hotel cost plus food cost minimum of probably $500.
It'd be $700 to $800 total for you.
$700
Being local, staying in a hotel, and food costs and everything else that you're doing there.
Yeah. And like to anyone that was like, why can't you drive? It was a possibility in the previous area I was. I'm now an extra like 15, 20 minutes out. So that's the mileage on the car is not worth it alone. And then I'm dragging around 2 kids because we won't have a choice at that point.
Yeah.
Both of which everyone in the family has sensory issues, and everyone's sensory issues, I'm gonna say this, none of them line up. None of them. My youngest is very vocal. He actively needs to, like, you've met Tobias. He is a bundle of energy 90% of the time, and he can be very vocal. And then there's times where he's not. I'm very, very much worn out by him just day to day at conventions, events, shopping. Without his medication, which he has ADHD medication, it can be very difficult. And even on medication, once that stuff wears off, it's almost worse. And then you have the other 2 people in my family not talking about me. So I spend most of my time, and I did so the last convention. There was a couple times where I had to message Chris and I was like, I got to go take care of this, where I couldn't walk around and do the things I needed to do. And if I go by myself, that's okay. I can manage things, but I guarantee you I'm going to get 2-3 calls a day that I'm going to have to take time out for and take my spoons and handle the phone call. And like, there's no reality of me going back, but I would still have to handle the situation over the phone, however long that might wind up taking.
Right.
Conventions are fun. We used to go as a vacation. And honestly, when it was a vacation thing, it wasn't that bad. But Tobias was much younger too. Vacation makes it easier because, one, we take off a couple days before we go. that gives everyone time to like prepare and be there for it.
Mhm.
And even when we weren't buying a hotel, we did a hotel once. That was nice. But even when we weren't buying a hotel, we would drive there, and it was the drive there getting to the convention that was the most exhausting part. Now, once we got into the convention, everyone, had their thing that they wanted to do. And I would spend most of my day, in all honesty, I would spend most of my day with Tobias, who was much, much younger, or with my other kiddo. And I would go do the thing I wanted to do with them. Anything that I wanted to do specifically, I would choose 1 or 2 things per day, and my spouse would, swap off with me, and I would go do that. And they had 1 or 2 things or that they would do. And then they would take one of the kids, and that's how we ran the convention cycles. But that's also very tiring. And then when you add that in, a lot of the reasons I was able to go was because I was volunteering. So there would be like half the day I'm doing active work, and then the rest of it I'm doing all of the things I just mentioned. So by the time I got there, my spouse was already exhausted and needed to go do their things. So there was 2 times, I guess, 2 times that we went where I didn't volunteer, and it was so costly that it took years in between to save up for them. And going forward, I couldn't afford to do that. And then since they've taken away accommodations, it made it virtually impossible, because some of those accommodations were like necessary for us. Now, I'm pretty sure the cost of going can be offset by like them paying us to go in some fashions for some conventions, or
it is so incredibly difficult to get the con to pay you to go. As a content creator, you have to be huge, or you have to be able to offer something to them that no one else can. Otherwise, it's just here's a free, here's a free ticket. Doesn't cost them anything to do that.
And it's 90% of the time, it's at least for Salt Lake, it's been the last couple of years, the baseline ticket, and you'd have to upgrade that to skip lines, or you'd have to go to a specific line, and it's like, I don't want to go to a specific area, even though I'm a content creator. I want to be able to do this other stuff. The thing that sucks about this is we almost filled the venue that they gave us, the area that they gave us for the thing.
Yeah.
And that was at last minute notice for all the fans. We had hundreds of fans telling us that they had more warning, which tells us we could fill up their medium studio or their medium room.
Yep.
And that's like, we have enough fans across the board to fill up the space that would go specifically to see us. And you can't upgrade our tickets at least?
No, it's not worth it to them in the long run. So
I get it. It is. It's very hard for that, because, and I get why they have to make money, and most of the money that they're going to want to make is from people that are going to draw in thousands of people. Like, there's 1 or 2 actors I wouldn't mind meeting this year. But I have no desire for their autographs. I have no desire for their photos. None of the voice actors that are going, do I care to get autographs, photos, or anything. I like their work. Just the has-been hotel people and whatnot. It's cool, but I have no burning desire to go see these people. There was at one point in my life, I think I would have been, and there's a few people that, like game creators and stuff like that, I would love to go meet the people. Like, I loved meeting the guy who played Ratchet in all the games and stuff like that. I'd probably I got his autograph. He was awesome. And when he had like no one show up at his booth the first day. Second day he was packed, but the first day I went there, and I was just going by, and I saw him. I was like, I stopped by his booth, and I got my autograph. We chatted for a little bit. He's super down to earth, the best part about it is when he heard how big of a fan I was, which was because he asked us like, okay, tell me one secret achievement that you got. Oh, I played all the games with just the ratchet. He sat down. He was like, what? I was like, yep, and he was like, on what difficulty? And I was like, all of them. I found out about the new Ratchet that appeared on PlayStation 4, the remake. I found out about it from him 2 months before it was announced. And I was like, that was nice to know. I kept my mouth shut.
Yeah.
That was a stipulation. I was like, I can do that. But I thought that was cool to be like, hey, this is you're going to be really happy in a couple months. And I'm like, it's confirmed. And he was like, I can neither confirm nor deny. And I'm like, that's a fucking confirm. Easily enough, fans. Would love, though, if I had a little patch from Zone Sport. What's a mole patch?
I don't know. Let's look that up. Oh, like a rectangular patch, like a tactical patch.
Oh, we have those. Go to fourth wall. We have them. I don't know if they're in the Villain Support logo, but we have one at least as the cast fireball.
Yes, we do. We do have the cast fireball patch.
Yep. I need to order a couple more because I lost mine. I just don't have. I'm having a hard time justifying ordering merch when I have so many shirts and everything, and I know, like I have 2 shirts of the logo stuff for the D&D stuff, which we want to. Yeah. By the way, to anyone here, I can't say they stole our stuff because none of that stuff was really copyrightable, sadly. We need to make a version that is.
The concept that definitely was taken, not selling well, and honestly, I don't care because ours didn't sell that well either.
Yeah. But I definitely want to give that an upgrade and make it more worthwhile for people to be like, oh, that's a really cool shirt just by itself. But that requires commissioning an artist to draw some of the stuff I want drawn on them. And then moving from there. Like, I know how I want to design the shirt, which is, Dragons and Dice or stuff like that reflects TTRPG. An entire venturing party would be one too. Specifically, characters in general that would fit that particular line or something. I've had those ideas for a while, but we never saw them to fruition, sadly. But there's enough sales from those things when we do promote them that it's worth it. But I'm currently missing most of my shirts.
Hey, Leo, I already have that status effect naturally, and it casting it again doesn't stack.
But like, I have the True Neutral, and I have this, the DM hoodie, DM one I'm wearing, and of course the hoodie. I can't find any of the other shirts right now. We moved, and I specifically had those packed in specific boxes, and I found the boxes, but I didn't find the shirts, and I'm like, where'd the shirts go? And one of my kids was like, oh, well, I put other stuff in here. I'm like, where'd you put the shirts? Those were work shirts. I needed those. I can no longer make the skits by myself at all. I can be True Neutral, and I can be the DM. And I've spent the good portion of since I've moved here trying to find those. I've got a pile of laundry still to try to get through, but scroll of I have that too, Leo. It doesn't stack. It doesn't work like that. Scroll of learning disability. Yeah.
Oh man.
It takes so long for me to learn new skills. But here's the benefit. When I learn a new skill, I don't forget it. Like, I can still play the harmonica mostly from the point of where I learned it. Only reason I stopped was because someone swished my harmonica. Wasn't on purpose, mind you. It like fell on the ground and one of my kiddos stepped on it, and I was like, no! And those aren't cheap. A good harmonica is anywhere between $30 to a couple $100, and that one was $30, and I couldn't justify spending that money on harmonica. And it was like one of the few versions of sheet music I could read. I can't read normal sheet music, but I can read harmonica stuff. And apparently that's harder to learn because of the breathing in and outs things than it is for regular sheet music. And I'm like, I don't know. That's the one I learned.
Okay, so the giveaway will start on Saturday at noon and will run from the 8th through the 15th. And it'll end the 15th at noon Eastern time, which is 10 a.m. Your time, Levi.
So this upcoming Saturday, the 8th through the 10th?
What?
So this upcoming Saturday is when it'll start.
The 8th, and it'll run through the following Saturday, the 15th.
The 15th.
And then it will award it based on not now it's based on entries. So if you're a member, great. You don't automatically get you don't automatically get entered. You have to go do your entry. And if you want to take part in it, you can go join on YouTube. We have options as low as $1 a month as memberships on our YouTube channel to make it affordable. You qualify for the giveaways at that level. So you can do that. If you're on Fourth Wall, you can do that. The opportunity to go ahead and you can put a new entry in every single day. And then at the end of the week, the system will auto award five winners.
That's pretty cool.
And then as our membership amount of people grow, the number of awards each month will change.
Now, the question here I have is, at a certain point, people aren't going to want just shirts, right? What I think we should do at some point is change it from shirts to how much does a shirt plus shipping cost on average? And that's what they get, plus maybe a couple of. So if it's like $23, make it $25.
Yeah, it's going to have to be whatever the wholesale value of a shirt is. Shipping is an additional thing that we can't control, and we're just going to cover that.
The good thing is it's pretty easy to calculate shipping. I know how to calculate it for the most part.
Yeah.
And I've got tools to calculate it if we ever need to. But let's say a shirt is $13 and you want to ship it to Florida. The average cost to ship a shirt, depending on like the cheapest way to do it, is about $5 at max. And that's rolling it up and putting it in like a plastic one. And
luckily, Fourth will take care of all of that for us.
Yes. But it's relatively easy to do that and take care of it. Another cool thing that you can do when it comes to the merch and everything, at least when I was looking on Fourth Wall on my end, is when you run giveaways, you can make it so that they cover any shipping that your stuff doesn't cover.
Right.
Or if there's a gift card or something like that, you could set it up so it covers, and that's on Fourth Wall, where it'll cover this amount. Anything additional, the person has to cover, which does kind of suck, but it's like, hey, you won $25 gift card to this thing. And if you do it if you get an item underneath this plus shipping, you might get the item 100% free and all your shipping covered. It's weird how things work. Was saving more stuff.
Yep.
No cookies, lost in milk. So tomorrow's breakfast stream will continue as planned. I don't know. Be on the lookout Monday or Tuesday for me to pop on and go live to do the editing. I don't know if I'll do anything on Monday. Monday's doctor's visits day, so I might not be live. I may not feel up to editing. If I have a really good day, I'll click on and edit, but I'm not going to promise a time. For those of you that are here and want to see me edit and be part of the additional edits that I'm going to be doing in the Constantine and like help me out with that kind of stuff, with figuring out what we want to add to it to make it funny and interesting and keep people engaged besides just the jokes, which most of the time is good.
Deputy McConaughey, just go to villainsupport.com. You'll find it.
Yep. And then the other skits that we have are, of course, the Stitch 40K. Chris is going to be filming his parts and then sending those to me. We have all the voice acting done. He already has the VA for that. And then do you know where the skit is for the Predator one that you wanted to do? Does it explain the Predators being able to survive? Why they're still a species?
I need to revisit it because I still wanna I still want to work on the script some more. So tomorrow night I'm crazy busy, but Tuesday is when I can dive in and do lines and stuff. Yeah, Tuesday is my free day this week. Next week will be a lot freer, but there's a lot of stuff I didn't get to do this week because I wasn't home that I have to catch up on in the evenings.
Do you have any small skit ideas?
Not at the exact moment.
Anybody want to post some? It's funny. We have a bunch of ideas that we could reference, but it's a lot like at the moment. It's like scrolling through a wall of text is not very inspirational. So that's what I have to say. You guys do a wonderful job, and periodically I'll go to the Discord and try to scroll through it. I will very quickly, within about 2 to 3 minutes of like just trying to read a wall of text, no matter the different colors and everything, very quickly kind of fade out. And it's not that you guys don't have good ideas. It's just I've seen those ideas 100 times. We've probably done it. And so like trying to filter out the ones that we've done that I'm like, that's not going to work in the context that somebody thinks it's going to work in, makes it difficult. And I'm not going to yuck somebody's yum, right? Have fun with things. But it also makes it more difficult to go through those ideas and pick one.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. We've been live longer than I wanted to be. I need to get to bed. I'm exhausted. I've not slept well. I was in a bed that was not my bed for a week, and I'm still catching up on the lost sleep. So everyone, thank you for being on here tonight. There's posts in the I can't speak. There are posts in the membership area of YouTube about the giveaway coming up next week on Saturday and on Fourth Wall. And then I will also, you know what I'll do? I will open up the, we can get more active about membership areas on Facebook and Twitch as well, because those people, anyone paying for those, should also be able to get in on the giveaways.
Yep.
Thank you, Jen P.
I'm not telling you to stay on. Oh. What alignment shirt did you get that you can't wear? That's got to be one of the chaos ones.
It's got to be chaotic evil.
Yeah.
You can't spell slaughter without laughter. What were you gonna say? I'm not gonna tell you to stay on, but what?
I need to log into Streamlabs, so I have access to it, and I haven't had access this entire time, which has been one of the reasons why I've not been able to do anything with stream with Twitch. I just need to find the area. It's Corp, right?
Yeah, should be.
Oh. That right there. Okay, so I just need you to send me that code, the auth code, and I can get logged in for the next 30 days.
I need to get that. Where did you send the request to me just now?
It just says 2-factor authorization check. I don't know what one you used. I don't know if it was Google, Authy, or some other one.
I think it's Authy. 1 second here.
And everyone, I can stay on for a little bit. I wanted to do this before Chris popped off.
I just sent it to you on Instagram, Levi.
Alrighty.
Expires in 22 seconds, so do it quick. Oh, hold on, it changed. Wait. Hold on. I'm gonna let this one expire and then I'll type in the new one.
Okay.
I'll just tell you. I don't know why it's not giving anything away.
Yeah.
That is 602637.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
I typed it in and it didn't work. Probably have to wait for the new one. Try it again. Code should be between 6 and 10 characters. Should work.
Invalid code. Hold on. Maybe it's on a different. 1 second here.
Yes, it's really nice to be able to get back to work and do things and try to get back into the swing of things because I was just starting to when I got hurt. So I'm getting set up. I'm getting things. I'm getting my desk cleaned up and more organized. I am got like a list of things after I've got more personal stuff taken care of that I'm going to look into getting for work. Like I want to get something to go across my desk area, basically for lighting issues. I want to get a different arm mount that's actually flexible.
I was giving you the Twitch token, not the Streamlabs token. Sorry. There we go. 012208.
There we go.
Click the. Did you click the remember this device for 30 days button?
Uh-huh.
Good. Okay.
It logged me in as Facebook for some reason.
As Facebook?
Yeah, it has the Facebook symbol. Just don't worry about it. Just give me a second here. Multi-streaming. Logged in. Linked. Instagram isn't linked. Yeah, logged in for. I guess you must have used Facebook or something for that. So if I went to go set up a stream, if I go,
I don't see a Facebook logo on here.
Failed to update Twitch account. Please unlink and reconnect it. Okay, everyone, we're gonna call a stream here because I got to do some tech shit, and I don't want to do a bunch of that on here.
All right. Night, everybody.
Night, everyone. Thank you so much. I wish you all peace of mind, serenity, and thank you for the bits. I wish you all peace of mind, serenity, body, spirit, harmony among others. Remember to take it one breath, one step, one day at a time. That's everyone keeps doing that. You'll have until the winds blow your sails my way again. Have an Acme Day. And remember, have an Acme Day as a product of Villain. Have an Acme Day will retroactively build to your account. Have an Acme Day. Bye now.